everyone, Aaron with AppGeo here, and thanks for tuning in. Today we have a highlight reel from a recent AppGeo hosted webinar all about imagery content programs and what they can mean for your state or organization. We've got some great presenters on this video, including Bill Johnson of Carpe Geo, Matt Peters, GIO for the state of Utah, and Richard Wade, GIO for the state of Texas. So please enjoy, and if you'd like to learn more, you can check out the full version of this recording in the link below. Thanks.
Utah and Texas were the first states to do this. You guys were the true trailblazers. What got you started down this path to content programs?
As we started to negotiate and think about this, the price, terms and conditions of use were a real key issue. We negotiated that all contractors working for the government would be able to access this imagery, so more time could be spent on analysis and what the problems were and not on data collection.
But I think what really kind of excited us about it at one time was, obviously it's 6-inch imagery. And when you're dealing with 6-inch imagery, that's kind of a game changer.
Both of you are now on your second round, and you've switched over from Google, and you're now both with Hexagon. So I want to know what's been different in the second round. What's been new in your new deal?
But this time we were really wanting to focus on more of the image quality and integrity. So if you looked at the state of Texas at a state level, it was looking like a quilt because we had ranges of 4 to 5 years apart in some cases. What we really took to the table this time was we really wanted to get that integrity of that imagery down into more of like 1 to 1.5 years in duration. For acquisition. We really wanted to minimize our shadows. We wanted to minimize the building lean and just have the general orthophoto correctness throughout the entire thing. And it really wasn't about cost. Cost was secondary at this point. We really wanted to get what we wanted. When we had our own program, we were tripling that cost.
After that, we wanted statewide coverage all the same year. Our urban areas are growing. Let's get a larger standard area of interest for an urban area. We just wanted those additional flights over the years to be part of the contract. Now with Hexagon, I could approach the agencies with what the requirements were.
Let's dig in a little bit on these licensing terms, because that's really what makes these content programs different from traditional imagery contracting.
The one thing that always stuck in our minds that we couldn't really get past was the public domain side. With our new agreement with Hexagon, we actually have the public domain covered. And so all of a sudden we have this interesting dynamic we didn't have before is, well, it seems like everything that our old program was doing, we can do in the new program and save a lot of money. Keeping things in the public domain is a game changer for our side.
Are you saying you're able to get out of the content program what you in the past would have done with your custom collect program?
Absolutely. It looks like we can get everything we want out of this content program to use our program and our funding for our program to supplement now this new imagery service that we have in Texas.
One thing that lended itself right away to good thoughts and flexibility items was the willingness for Hexagon to expand the urban area of interest for us. It was a real pain previously when a community would be cut in half. Also, we wanted Hexagon to blend a 30 centimeter and a 15 centimeter because we had 15 for our urban areas and 30 for the rest of the state. So they worked on that with AppGeo. The next contract, I'm looking at, okay, well, what about additional buyups for a city? What if they wanted to get 3-inch of their city? Or maybe their city has changed enough and they'd really like some simultaneous LiDAR collect. We just gotta be thinking of new things and what might help run the business of government better.
When you got agencies that need to use your data and you've been granted the ability to use the data, agencies don't do everything themselves. They contract out a lot of it. One of the licensing terms we had to have was the ability for our contractors to be able to use the data as if they were an extension of us. And that wasn't an easy thing to get through until AppGeo came up with Giza. And when Giza came around, that allowed us to control the licensing and the links that we provided out to the contractors, meaning we could turn them off and on anytime we needed to do so.
Given your experience now with 2 rounds of licensed imagery content, where do you see this imagery market heading?
The market, I feel like in the next few years is going to go in many directions. We have people like Here and Planet that are doing imagery, quicker collects to less resolution, but maybe that is perfect for some uses. most of all, we need to be in tune with our customers, in tune with the people in Utah.
So Matt, how has going with a content program freed up your team to do other work?
We as GIS professionals need to focus on doing GIS and not back-end IT. As a GIS shop, we're here to promote GIS in Utah. And we don't do that from a server room or from hiding in the office trying to figure out why a system isn't going. We do it from contacting people, educating people. And we kind of got to get out there and get everybody their salmon, their mashed potatoes, things like that.
Richard, you have a shared funding model in Texas where a number of state agencies contribute. How has that worked out with the content program as opposed to what you were doing previously?
The fact of the matter is we have lowered the cost substantially, imagery as a service, to where we could collect from the different agencies who use the program. We've got a tiered approach. So if you're a power user, you're going to pay a premium, but that premium is pennies compared to what they've been paying for some of their programs.